Hi, welcome to Quiltinator.com. I'm Michelle Johnson. We are on part 2 of our stained glass block by Dell'Orco, and I've already started quilting it, but what I wanted to talk with you about first is if you did not watch the first part on your computer, you're going to want to go back and watch it because there is a link to a free pattern, and it is Dell'Orco's method for the same type of block. It's a different pattern though. And you can just click on the link and you can download the pattern for free. And you can learn how to cut it if you're interested in something like this. The second thing I wanted to talk with you about is about my books. I have been quilting for years, but I don't buy books. In fact, I only own 3. One is this big book of building block quilts. And what I like about it are the layouts of some different patterns and how they make just striking quilts. This was $1 at a friend of mine's garage sale. This also was $1 at a different garage sale, and my daughter actually made a full-size quilt out of this one, and I made a pot holder, and I really liked it. It's just a lot of work, and it's very interesting though. The one I got for Christmas, and the one that my daughter is choosing the designs for this quilt, is Leah's 365 free motion quilting designs. And I love this book. In fact, I just love Leah Day. I really respect her, and she puts everything out there for free. And so you can go right here on YouTube. If you have not seen any of her videos, she has 530, 550 videos, something like that. Anyway, it's an amazing amount, or probably close to that. I may be wrong on that. Maybe it might be, 400 or something. I don't know. But it's like hours worth of videos. And you can just look through this book and say whatever's on this page. Bubbled wand. You can type it in and she will show you how she stitches it. So this is an awesome book to have. It's really the only free motion type book that I have that gives you great ideas. And I'm going to show you, I'm doing this as a quilt as you go. And so I have learned a long time ago that I don't want to do anything that's too large of a project because I won't get it done. So if I can condense things into like this is a table runner size. And the back of it is about 1/3 of a yard. It's like 16.5 inches across. And I did leave this, the selvages on because they're going to be cut off. And then I, did the fusible fleece. And this is a grid pattern. And my daughter chose the layout. She laid it all out. And what we originally did was we had 15 rows of 9 blocks each. And that made it too long to go across. And so I could have pieced some more back, but I just didn't want to do it. So we took a piece off, so now it's 8 blocks across for each row, and it's still going to be 15. And what I did is I started with number 15, and you can see just in here, I left the tails all out for you so you could see where I either had to break thread for something and I'm fixing to tie it back off, where I ran out of bobbin, just there's like little strings all over the quilt that I need to go back through and put in. But I wanted you to see kind of what I was doing. This, it's just past Valentine's Day, and my daughter had some specific things. So she was making Valentines, and so what we chose to do is a half heart. So this is a grid. You just kind of look at it differently sometimes. So we made a half a heart. And then we went back with a second line and we stitched an echo. And then she wanted jelly beans. So these are jelly beans. And then we put like you can't even tell. This is such a busy pattern. It's awesome because it hides all of your stuffing. You can practice all the free motion that you want. And so we did some little scallops around each heart, and then we did some echo quilting, and then she chose the escargot pattern. So it's escargot all through here. And then in this second one, what we chose to do again are the half hearts, and then we did an echo, and in that echo she wanted stars, and hopefully you can see those, the stars. And then out here are Doritos, because she likes Doritos, jelly beans, Doritos, stars. And this one, she liked the branchy kind of viney thing. So we put some little viney pieces here. And the thread is from Connecting Threads, and it's 100% cotton, and it's called Calypso. And again, this is a black and white, but you can see, you can't hardly even see the stitches back through here of what I've done. And it is super easy. And I will do a little close-up here in just a second so you can see. But, you know, just to practice some free motion on something like this, it's all going to blend in. You can't even see how bad a lot of my stitches are. You might be able to see how bad some of them are, but most of it, it's just all blending in because it's so busy. And again, to be able to practice free motion quilting on a project to give away or to put on your, sofa or something, this is something great. Pick a busy pattern. Also, the fact that, these are a grid. You can, choose and, get a piece of, I can't even remember what the paper's called, but the little gridded paper, and then you can practice, or just draw some squares on a piece of paper and then practice what you're going to do in each one. And so this was easy, just the half hearts like we used to do when we were kids in school to make cut out hearts. Super easy. Some of these other things were very simple. And again, what I did is I started on row 15 and I'm working my way to 13, and I want to make sure that I mark number 13 because when I do this as a quilt as you go, number 13 is what's going to be attached to the next little group of three. Okay, I am back, and I am going to show you kind of what I've done next. And today I'm using the Fawns and Porter gloves. And again, I'm using my little octi hoops. And I have misplaced, there it is. When I finished my hearts, what I did is I did the Doritos before I did the viney inside. So I'm going to sew here on the outside. And then again, the octi hoops make you adjust often. And I'm just going to get to this spot here. I am going to get down in the ditch here. Actually, what I'm going to do is turn this. And then, well, my battery died in the middle of recording, so I'm going to just finish this one heart And then I'm going to show you how to put the rest of it together after this is finished. And just remember that this edge is so difficult that you really need to readjust because it's going to want to make lots of tucks. The edges of the quilt are much more difficult to quilt. You just don't have as much control over them as you do for the rest of your quilt. So keep adjusting, keep sliding over, pull out your tucks here and there, and honestly, if you get a few tucks, nobody's even going to notice them. So thank you so much for watching. I am Michelle Johnson with Quiltator.com, and I am getting back to quilting.